jobs. So this is Excel Power Query, which just basic introduction I am going to see, and Tally audit feature and financial utility. So first I will start with the Tally audit feature. How to do audit in Tally. So now if you see in Tally, when we buy, their audit feature is part of Tally. Whether you buy silver version, whether you buy gold version, whether you buy audit version, any original Tally will have this audit and compliance tool, which many of us don't use it. One, because we don't know what it can do, or we are not coming outside our general work. See, normally what happens is, whenever if we want to make some change, what is our already existing comfort level, we don't come out of and use the new things. Only when we use the new things, then we will know that more better and easy methods are available to do the audit. So that one feature is there in audit Tally, that is audit and compliance tool. Most 90% of our clients are using Tally. Most of them are having Tally. So everyone is having Tally, and you can, this is audit and compliance tool. So first, the important condition for using audit and compliance tool is that you should have a user ID and password for the company. So the company when the user ID password in the Tally audit feature will work. Otherwise, Tally audit feature will not be enabled. So first thing for you using the Tally audit feature, whenever you get your client data, if there is no password, you have an habit that you put one password. You can put a simpler password for remembrance purpose, say AA or the first alphabet of the company, whatever is your choice. So password is compulsory for using the Tally audit feature. So now I am going to show you how to use this audit feature in Tally. So this is the company which we are going to work on. First important thing when we are going to use the Tally audit feature is we have to be careful that password should be there. Which financial year we are auditing, which financial year we are auditing, that we have to be careful. Based on that you will find. So here if you see, I am preparing, say for example, I am preparing the financial year for 17-18, because this is a sample data, and the sample data consists of data from 17 and 18. So 17-18 data வந்து I use பண்றேன். So first important thing நம்ம என்ன பார்க்கணும்னா, we have to see it, which financial year you are preparing, that financial year should be open, and based on that you have to start the Tally auditing in Tally. Second important thing, in the auditing வந்து எதல பண்ணணும், client வந்து நமக்கு பேக்கப் அனுப்புறாங்க, அதல பண்ணணுமா இல்ல client ஓட டேட்டால பண்ணணுமா? Choice is yours, whether you have to do this audit in the backup file or in the client place. Now if you do in the client place, client is having the admin user ID and password. He can access all the audit data, what you are doing, what is the query raised by us, and next year when he is changing from this financial year to another financial year, that audit data will also be copied in the new that is the next financial year. And second option is, if you are using the Tally audit feature in the backup you are having, then you have to ensure that once you start your Tally audit in the backup you are having, then you pass all the adjustment Tally audit entries in that, and then do the finalization and give the backup to them. Otherwise you will be confused, because once you change the backup, all your audit data will be gone. So be careful that which backup you are using, that should be stable from the starting till the end you complete the backup. So first step, I already said that to start you need a user ID and password. Next step for Tally audit is how to start the Tally audit. For this you have to go to the audit and compliance bar. This is the audit and compliance bar. So what is that we can do in the audit and compliance? There are 4 parts in this. One is audit documentation, second is audit analysis, third is audit journal, fourth is financial statement. So you can do 4 options, but only 3 options is good for this. I will not suggest you to prepare the financial statement using this audit option. You can use this audit documentation, audit analysis, and audit journal. Now how do we do an audit? So first step audit என்ன இருக்கு, நம்ம வந்து audit வந்து planning பண்றோம். Planning பண்ணும்போது என்ன பண்ணுவோம், we will decide one team, ஒரு டீம் இருப்பாங்க, அந்த டீமுக்கு வந்து ஹெட் இருப்பாங்க. Then we will decide இந்த ஆடிட்ல வந்து என்ன கவர் பண்ணணும். 100 that is say opening balance verify panno, then you have to verify the bank vouchers, then you have to verify the sales, then you have to verify the purchase sales again, how much percentage of sales you have to look, purchase how much purchase invoice verification has to be done, then ledger review has to be done. All this programming can be recorded in Tally. You don't need to go and prepare a separate data. Second is audit analysis. So audit analysis தான் நம்ம audit வந்து பண்ண போறோம். full அந்த details வந்து audit analysisல இருக்கு. Third is audit journal. See, biggest problem what I have faced and you will also have been faced in the past is that when you start an audit, you give your audit to your team members. What team member do while doing the audit? They pass some journal entries for closing the books of accounts. Then you do the finalization. Client is telling that this entry I have not passed, and your staff is telling that this entry I have not passed. Then who has passed the entry? We don't know. And client is asking you in the last that what are the entries passed by you. Again, all the journal entries are combined, so you will not, sometimes it becomes difficult. What are the entries you have passed? So it is always better that when using the Tally, use the audit journal to pass the audit journal entry. Whatever journal entry you want to pass, using the audit journal entries, you can pass the entry, so that whenever you want to update the client that what are the entries you have passed, you go to this audit and compliance feature, select the audit journal, take a printout and give, these are the entries we have passed, you update in the books. So all these confusion can be clear. So first we will start with the audit program. So before starting any audit program in any company, you have to enable certain audit features. For that you need to go to F11. So in the F11 வந்து நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். So you need to go to F11. So this is F11 where you will find features. So you have to press F11. In F11 you have to go to the audit feature. So in the audit feature, so you have to go to this audit feature, and then madam, some issue is there, madam. Someone is scribbling, I think.
So 1 second.
Yeah. So you have to select this company and ensure that this working enable audit working paper is yes, and the enable audit and priorities is yes. So you can find this option in F5. So F11, F5, you have to ensure that audit working paper is yes, audit priorities is yes. So these two setup you need to make before starting the audit feature or using the audit feature. Then you have to go to audit compliance. Now we are going to plan what is going to be the program of the audit, who will be the team, and what are the work they are going to do. So for this we will go to the audit and documentation. Now in this audit and documentation, there are two parts. One is your audit program. This is where we are going to design all the audit program, who is going to do what they are going to do. And then there are certain reports which are required for audit, which we are going to find here. This one by one we can see. So first we'll start with the audit program. Now in audit program, first is what that we require. We need to provide for every client certain basic details, like who is the auditor of this company, what is the client details, what is the type of the details, so that whenever we take a printout of the audit documentation, it becomes easy for us for the purpose of verification. So first you need to set alter the client details. You can see here, set alter client details. This you have to select yes and enter. So once you select the set alter details, you can provide the auditor details here. You can find this. You have to first provide the auditor details, who is going to be audited for this company. Suppose you have multiple partners, who is going to be the partner, all those details. Then you are going to decide and add who is going to be the audit team for this company. So I have added here 3 staff, say Suresh, Ramesh and Harish. Then the company details, you can provide what is the nature of the company, private limited, all these details you can provide. So now I have provided who is the auditor, then who is going to be the team. Next thing what I am going to provide is, on the audit what are the work which we are going to do. There are some 7 or 8 points which normally we do. First to start with the verification of opening balance. You can find here that verification of opening balance. You can select verification of opening balance. You can see this here. Verification of opening balance is here. So I'm going to select verification of opening balance. So once you select, what will happen is I will open another window and ask you how much estimated time. See, normally your audit when the program panuna, we have to decide that what is the time it is going to take and how many days we can do so that we can plan our audit better. Now, first year when you do this system and next year what happens, you know what is the position which was last year and you can plan your audit more better. So estimate, say I'm estimating that to complete the opening balance verification, it will take some 3 hours time. Then this actual will be provided by the staff who is completing the work after completing the work. This actual part on the work complete aanadukku apprama your staff will update this part. Then extent of verification, you can say that, okay, you have to complete 100% of opening balance verification. Then who is going to do this work? Which team member is going to do this work that you are going to select? Then end of the list. So once this work is completed, what is the verification remark that is given by the Harish that is going to be provided here? And if you are having a team, the head has to be reviewed and the review remarks has to be given. Reviewed by remarks can be provided once the work is completed. So this way, each and every work we can define. Say for example, I want to add that GST verification should be done. So I can select new GST reconciliation, enter. Then how many days? I'll say that 1 day work. Then who is going to do? Say Harish, Suresh is going to do. Then end of the list. So this is first time. So once you plan all your audit program, you can tell your staff, open the company, go to audit and compliance, go to audit and compliance, go to the audit program. There in your name, I have specified what is the work you have to do that work. So the next is bank book vouching. Say days is 1 and then the extent of verification, say I'm telling 50% to be verified by Ramesh, control A. So this way you can give each and every job and this becomes your total audit program. Your staff can go to this place, check which name is his name and then accordingly do the work, start the work, and once the work is completed, again he has to go to this place and then in the actuals he has to mention, okay, here I have taken 2 hours time, verified fully. So after completing the work. So this way updates can be done in the GST, that is the audit program of the Tally. So this is the first part. Then next part, in auditing, there are certain details, certain setup which we are required to do. Now what is this setup which we are required to do is normally who are all the related party person that we need to define. Then we are going to define the MSME transaction. Nowadays in the audit report, we have to give the report about the MSME transaction that also we need to provide. And then there are certain, what is the sampling? Sampling means there are some 10,000 vouchers, out of which how many vouchers you are selecting for the purpose of auditing. Based on that, your team is going to work. So that setup needs to be done. For that, you have to go to the master configuration. So you can see this master configuration. So in the master configuration, once you click, there are 4 types of setup you need to do. One is which are all the micro medium periodic payments. Periodic payments na salary. Salary na or salary na 12 entry no. Electricity charges. If Chennai la vande 2 months, bi-monthly months we are paying. That means 6 entries should be there in electricity charges. So these kind of ledgers we can pre-select so that separate report is generated. Which are all the related parties that if you select, our transactions taniya namakku vandu display aidum. Then sampling methods, what is the sampling for the purpose of sales verification, how much vouchers to be selected, all these can be set. So first we will go with micro and small medium enterprise setup. So if you want to select, say I want to select this party as a micro and small medium, I can just select enter and say that this is micro. If I want, I can give all these.
Sir, everything fine, sir? Sir, we are not able to hear you.
ஹலோ. அதான் அதான் எனக்கு தெரியல ஏன் இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கு. 1 மினிட் மேடம். ஆமா அப்படியா? ஹெட்போன் எடுத்து எடுக்கட்டும் பண்ணட்டுமா? இப்போ வந்து வாய்ஸ் வாய்ஸ் வருதா இல்லையா? ஹலோ.
Yes, sir. Can you, sir, பேசுங்க sir. Sir, no sir. உங்களுக்கு அந்த இதுல வரல sir. ஆடியோல வரல.
சரி, நான் I'll just reconnect again.
Sir, kindly reconnect it due to some technical issue.
Hello.
Now it is audible, sir.
Is my voice audible now?
Yes, sir. It is audible.
Yeah, is my voice audible, sir?
Audible, sir.
Okay, okay, madam. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, some disturbance. I don't know why this has happened. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Technology வந்து technology வந்து சில நேரம் வந்து டாஸ்கிங்கா இருக்கு. When we sit in front of a system, we feel intel inside mental health.
Okay, sir. Please.
Okay,
proceed,
fine.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, madam. So I think it is clear now. Some disturbance was there. Fine. So in the மாதிரி வந்து we have to set every micro and small medium enterprises. What is the micro and small medium enterprises? Based on that, we need to select. Now here also you can select multiple companies by pressing space bar key in your keyboard. Say I want to select multiple companies, and once I press enter, it will tell that press F5 for multiple selection. So F5 if I select, and then I can classify medium. Control E. So in the மாதிரி வந்து we can classify the micro and small medium. So what happens is once you select this micro and small medium, whatever transactions are there relating to the micro and small medium enterprise, you can see that here in this part MSME transaction. So once you select whatever MSME transactions are there, it will be displayed separately for you, and by this your work becomes little easier to only do the audit relating to the micro and small medium enterprise. So next setting what we are going to do is master configuration, periodic payment and receipts. So normally periodic payment and receipt, if you see salary, there should be 12 entries. So I select this salary ledger. And then say this way you need to select yes or no for these entries, and then automatically what will happen? This will be marked as periodic payment and receipt. So same way related party transaction, you can select the parties for which you want related party. You can select yes and say that partners son. So in the மாதிரி வந்து you can select whatever who are all the related parties, those parties you can select and keep. Now once you select this related party here, what will happen? So once the related party is selected, you will find here that whatever transactions are there relating to this related party, that will be displayed here separately, and based on that we can prepare the audit report. So next working note what we are going to prepare is the sampling method. Now, what is this sampling method? Is that for the purpose of doing the audit, we decide that for sales, for purchase, for the payment, for receipt, what is the percentage of vouching we have to do? And there are two options. One is that we can tell to our staff that you select the sample vouchers and you do the audit. That is one method, that is manual sampling. Second option is you can do the sampling by the computer. Computer itself will select what is the sampling which is required, and based on that the sampling can be done, right? So say for example Bajaj sales. So this is actually a sales entry. So I want to specify certain sampling method. So what are the sampling method available? I will say that all vouchers means what? All vouchers verification of the sales verification has to be done. Or I will say that amount range. So I can give one amount range, based on that sampling can be done. Then Benford analysis method is there, even number is there, odd number is there. Even number is there, odd number is there, then specific period. So based on all these conditions, you can select the sampling and define it so that your staff will go and start the work. Say for example, for the purpose of sale, I am selecting that if the amount is more than 60,000 rupees, then select all the vouchers and do the verification. So maximum, no limit. So this way sampling can be selected. Then I want to say that computer should do the random sampling. Say for this payment, computer should do the random sampling. You can see this, you have an option here of random sampling. You can click on this random sampling. Computer itself will select the sample. Total number of payment voucher is 4,964. You are telling that I want to select 500 vouchers for the purpose of verification. With the computer will select, tally will select. So I select sample 500 now vouchers, or you can say that 25%. So choice is yours. I select 25%. Yes. So by this, what will happen? Tally will automatically randomly select 25% of the vouchers for the purpose of verification. So you can see these are the random vouchers which is selected. So these are the options which are available. Specific setup which you need to do. 4 part. One is the micro and small medium enterprise setup. Then you have to do the periodic payment and receipts, then related party and sampling method. So these are the setup which you can do. So be careful again about the dates, what you are going to see, which period you are going to do the audit. You have to ensure that which year you are doing the audit, that year should be displayed here. Otherwise, it will create sometimes a problem is happening. Previous year, this year selection, it creates some issues are there. Now, whatever vouchers we have selected, can you see this? In sampling, I have selected certain vouchers, 25% of the payment vouchers. So this is displayed here. So once your staff is completing the audit, you can find that how much percentage of work is completed by him. What is the query he has raised? So all these details can be seen here. So first setup, you prepare the program. Second setup, do some setting like related party, MSME transactions, whatever it is, and then you proceed with the give your staff your details that you log into this company, go to the audit documentation part, see what is the work to be done, you complete that work. So whatever work he is doing, that progress can also be seen in this box. You can see in this box the progress report of what work he has done, how he has done. So now we go to the next part, that is the verification of chart of accounts. See, normally first what we do is the ledger review. In Tally, in this audit feature, there are two methods where you can do the ledger review. One method of ledger review is you can go to verification of chart of accounts, and the second method of ledger verification is verification of balance. I normally use this chart of accounts method because this is more comfortable for me. Now, normally when you do an audit, what do? You prepare a query sheet. In query sheet, what do? You write certain queries that whenever you do the audit, this ledger, this is the query, this voucher, this is the query, in this company, this part is the query. So we prepare a query sheet for the ledger review. All the query sheet can be prepared in Tally itself. You don't need to prepare a separate sheet in the Excel and do the auditing part and prepare the query sheet. So how this can be done, that we are going to see. But before that, whatever ledgers are there in Tally, they are classified into 4 or 5 types. One is account squared off during the year. What is the meaning of account squared off during the year? There is an opening balance, some transaction has been done and balance has become 0, or no opening balance but some transaction has been done, balance has become 0. That is account squared off during the whole year. All the ledgers are classified in this manner. Ledgers which are not used. There are so many ledgers. Some ledgers which are not used from the starting. Then ledgers which are not used in the current year. So this classification is last year this ledger has been used, but this year this ledger has not been used. So that is the meaning of this. Then only balances and no transaction. So there are certain ledgers which are having opening balance but no transaction, and then used only in the current year. Now by this classification, what happens is my work becomes easier. Say for example, in a company there are 500 ledgers. Now out of 500 ledgers, some 200 ledgers will come into the account squared off. So randomly, if I want, I can just select these ledgers and then I can just scrutinize. If I want to see that, okay, these ledgers are okay, then fine. I can just ignore them also certain times, because these are normally those parties ledger where payment is received and closed. Now here, if you see in the screen, the grouping is not shown, only the ledger name is shown. So if you want to see the grouping, you have to select F12. Now in F12, you can select this, and then the second option, all item. Here you can see that there is an option, show ledger group, show primary group. So in this option, you have to select yes and yes, control A. So by this, what will happen is this grouping will come. So when there is a group, our work becomes more easier, because debtors and creditors normally accounts will be squared off. But if some other grouping is there, then we need to check that. Say for example, unsecured loans is there. Then that means what has to be done? We have to report in the tax audit report. So this way we can verify the ledger review from here. Now, if I want to see the transaction in this, I want to see what are all the transaction. If you press enter, it will show you the screen that you can provide a query. In the verification of chart of accounts, if you want to provide any query, just select enter and you can provide any query. Now in Tally, there are 3 methods of providing the query. One is query based on any ledger. Second is query related to specific voucher. Third is general query for the company in a whole. So in Tally audit feature, 3 types of queries you can raise. One query is specific ledger related query. Second query is specific related to a specific voucher. And third type of query is company related query. So how to provide the query or ask the query, record my query in this Tally? I have to say I have a doubt in this entry, enter. What I say, I select I on hold to check whether I have some doubt suddenly that this is a related person for this client. So I have to check whether this is person or not. So this way I am raising the query. Now you see, once I select OK, you will find that here you will find this, it is on hold, right? That means a ledger is there. On hold means some query you have raised. And if there is any ledger and it is okay for you, you can select verified and give control A. That means your ledger is verified. So this way you can raise the query, you can verify it, give a marking that it is verified. Now, sir, if I press enter, I cannot see the ledger from here. How should I see the ledger? For this, you have to press Alt plus enter. You can make a note of this key. That Alt enter, if you press, it will go into the ledger account. So Alt plus, when I say Alt enter, if I select, it will go to the ledger account. And now again, suddenly I'm having a doubt. I said that 3 types of query you can raise. One is query relating to the ledger, which we have seen. Now query relating to a voucher. Now I have a query on this. Now again, if I want to see this entry, Alt enter. So I can view the entry. So here, just by pressing enter, you cannot view the ledger or you cannot view the voucher. You have to press Alt enter and then only you can view the voucher. Now I want to raise a question on this. I have some doubt. I want to verify this voucher. So I select enter. What is the status of audit? On hold to verify this sales invoice. So I'm raising one query. I have various options here. Audited means this, that is your staff when doing the voucher verification, they can select audited. That means they have verified this sales entry. Suppose they are having a doubt. External clarification means some external clarification they require. Internal observation means they want to discuss with the partner or the team in charge member about this voucher. So this way classification can be done for the audited vouchers. So you can select on hold, enter, enter. So by this you can see here that this voucher is on hold. And what is the reason? To verify the sales invoice. Now suddenly I have a doubt whether in 1819 GSTR 9 audit has been done or not. Sometimes we have a doubt, these kind of doubts. So now I have a general query about the company. How to provide a general query here? So you can see this, that in the right hand side there is an option called as working note. Any general query can be provided in the working note. You can see this working note, right? So click on this working note. What is the query you are having? I am having a query related to the company to check whether GST audit for previous year is completed or not. Some query just for the information purpose and enter. So here I select and I get the company related query. So 3 types of queries can be raised. Now next type is not used, and normally I use this not used in current year to find out whether audit fees provision has been made or not. Then the depreciation entries has been made or not. Here if audit fees is showing that not used, that means audit fees provision is not made. Or if I see a ledger called as depreciation, here that means depreciation entry has not been passed. So this way I can just verify some entries has been missed or not. Last year it has been used. Now you can see this advance tax paid. This has not been used. So that means what? Income tax, advance tax has not been paid this year, or if it is transferred to some other ledger, we can check. So this way ledger verification can be done. Again, ledger verification, Alt enter to go into the voucher. Then only balances, no transaction. We find that many times clients are having so many data and so many creditors where previous year opening balance is there. This year no transaction is done and the opening balance is carried forward for so many years. So one place to find out all these ledgers is this place. So based on this, you can raise the query, prepare the working sheet, raise the query on the ledger or the voucher and find the answer. Then if you want to verify the ledgers where transaction has been made, so one by one you can verify, just press enter, you can raise the query. If you want to go into the voucher, enter, you can find the vouchers and then accordingly you can raise your query. So this way you can raise all your query in Tally, give a remark whether verification is done or not. Say I want to provide that these multiple ledgers has been verified. So by selecting space bar, I can select all these things and I press F5, sorry, Alt F9. So if you press enter, you will get this Alt F9, verified, enter, enter, enter. So now you can see that this query has been updated here. So this way verification status becomes easy. Sir, okay, sir. Now these things you have done. I have verified certain ledgers. I have made some certain ledgers on hold. I have not verified certain ledgers. So I want to specifically see which are all the ledgers which is on hold, or which are all the ledgers which is verified, or which are all the ledgers which is not verified. How do I do it? So for this, you need to select again F12. So F12, this option is available here in the screen. You can see this F12, press F12. And once you press F12, you can select all items. Then what is the item you want to check? I want to check all items. What do you want? Ledger name? Yes. Primary group? Yes. Verification note? Yes. And I want to see only those ledgers which is on hold. I select here on hold, enter. So you can find that only on hold ledgers are visible here. So if I want to again see only the ledgers, again F12, all items you can select, all items, yes, 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 on hold, enter. So you can see these are all the ledgers which are on hold. I want to see verified ledgers, again F12, all items, yes, and then verified. So these are the ledgers which are verified. All these verification ledgers are being mentioned. Now I want to see which are all the ledgers which is not verified. Again F12, all items, yes, and then so these are the altered vouchers. So by this way you can find out which are all the ledgers which is verified, not verified, and the on hold vouchers. Since the stock item is not updated here, this verification of stock item is not visible. But if you have already stock in Tally, then the stock verification also can be done in the same way. It will show you the stock with the no balances, stock which are not used, stock item which is squared off during the year. All these details can be seen here. Then you have the option of verification of ledgers. So this method also you can use it for the purpose of verification directly. It will go to the ledger entry. You can raise your queries for the ledger or the voucher or the working note for the company and raise the query. Then certain analytical procedures are available. If you want to compare certain group with the ledger, say I want to compare the my purchases with related to direct expenses. These analytical procedures are there which we normally use in extreme cases. Then pending documents. Now pending documents means certain companies follow a method. Whenever goods are sent, they use the delivery challan for sending the goods and later on raise the invoice. So you have to ensure that whenever you do an audit, there should not be any pending bills while doing the audit. It should be zero. Pending bills means that goods has been sent but sales invoice not entered, or goods have been received but purchase invoice not entered. So this should be zero. And then your pending outstanding receivables are available here. If you want to check more than 180 days receivables and payables record, you can just select enter. You can see here in red mark, Tally itself is giving you that receivables for sundry creditors. Okay, Tally version, any version of Tally, this is available, sir. There is no, it should be the latest version, Tally ERP version. If you use it, this audit feature is available in this. Even this version of Tally is the latest version. Even if it is a few older version also, not to worry. But it should be a original version. That is more important. And one more thing, CCM benefits is there, which is provided by the institute, and Tally multi-user is given at 80% discount rate to all the chartered accountants. Most of you know that, but then to just for the information, if anyone doesn't know or they want to buy, and there are other software available for the audit tool purpose, that also you can see it. Now, so if you want to see prepare the age-wise details, Now here you can see net pending receivables. I want to prepare the age-wise details, but before using it, ensure that your client is following the bill-wise selection correctly. Then only it will be correct. So I'll select age-wise analysis. So bill by age by analysis, more than 0 to 180 days and 180 days and above. So I get the report here. What is the bills which is less than 180 days and more than 180 days. So you can see this less than and more than. These are all the amount. Out of 1 crore 51 lakh, 1 crore 71 is less than 1 crore 7 lakh is less than 180 days, and 44 lakhs is more than 180 days. So these kind of reports can be verified. Then you can statutory payments, you can see only if GST or TDS is enabled, otherwise it will not be of any use. The statutory payment option, if TDS deducted at source is maintained in Tally correctly, then statutory payments details will be very useful, otherwise it will not useful. Then already initially if you see that we have made some settings relating to the periodic payment like salary, electricity bills. So all these settings I have made. Now here you can see that Ali Asgar salary, only 10 entries are there. That means what? Normally in a salary 12 entries is there, but why 10 entries? So this way you can directly start the verification. Same way, electricity charges. In the current year there are only 1 entry. Previous year there are 5 entries. So by this way you can find out that okay, why only 1 entry is there? Something is missing. Then rent, 11 months, 11 months. So provision entry for the March month is not being made. So these kind of analysis you can prepare and do it. Your work becomes more easier. Then repeated transaction. This is again one method where same value, how many times it is repeating. Now if you see 40 paise is repeating 240 times. That is in the total number of vouchers. 240 vouchers contain 40. Say for 5,000 is appearing 38 times. So if you want to see some odd amount, say 1 crore rupees or some odd amount is there, which you want to check that why it is appearing. Say for example, I'll take an example. 1,93,000 is appearing 4 times. Normally such kind of odd amount will not appear. Here you can see that same kind of billing is there. Again enter. Alt enter. You can just check whether it is duplication of billing or what, why this is happening. So this way verification can be done. So this is the advantage of using the repeated transaction of party. What amount is repeating, how many times, that amount is displayed here. Then relative size factor, again in a single ledger, what is the lowest value and what is the highest value? That is in one ledger, what is the lowest value of transaction and highest value of transaction, that it will take and generate a report. So here if you see the lowest value transaction is 0 and highest value transaction is 200 times of the lowest value. So this is the lowest value, highest value. So certain times we use this analysis for in-depth analysis purpose. So this also can be used for certain analysis. Now we come to the other analysis. So interbank transaction. Now interbank transaction means cash to bank transaction verification purpose, that will be displayed separately. Then cash withdrawal deposit entries, that is the contra entries, you can find here. Now one thing in Tally, if you see, you can provide a contra entry directly also. Some people use receipt and payment for passing the contra entry. Now, if you go to journal register and select only contra entry, this receipt entry will not be visible. But here, the receipt entry is visible based on cash to bank ledger, right? Then the fixed asset analysis, you cannot prepare the depreciation schedule here, but based on the entries, it will tell you what are all the additions made during the period and what is the number of days more than and less than 180 days for the purpose of preparing the calculating the depreciation. Then transaction on holidays. So if you are specific that this company, particular company will never open a shop on Sunday, you can find out the transactions on holidays. So you can see here that Sunday so many transaction is there, You can make a note why on Sunday such kind of payment entry is passed. Normally this company is not opening on Sunday. How this has come, you can verify. And even the configuration of the holiday can be done. This holiday configuration can be done. Select this configuration. You can say that weekly off for this company is Friday. Then what automatically Friday transaction will be displayed. Not applicable. So if particular holiday days you want to give, say for example Independence Days or Gandhi Jayanti or Diwali, these kind of setting, holiday setting also you can provide using the holiday configuration. Then highest value, lowest value transaction, these are additional features which are available in this other analysis. So this way you can prepare your audit report, prepare your audit program, prepare your ledger review, do your verification, provide the queries in this, and from that you can export to Excel and send it to your clients. These are all the ledger review queries. And this part, if you see, whatever sampling or verification of voucher is done, that will be displayed here. If you want to see that why internal observation, which are all the vouchers which is having queries for internal observation, you can just select enter. And you will find that these 3 entries are there. Say you are going to give the reply for this. You can give the answer that internal observation clarified. Enter. So this way, update can be done. Then I want to check that what are the sampled vouchers. Again, enter. You will find that which are all the sampled vouchers in the audit purpose. How much percentage of auditing is done. So totally, if you see out of 605 vouchers, your staff has done only 10 vouchers verification, that is 1.65, which is practically, if we do without the system, it is not practically possible to find out how much percentage, what is sampled, what is not sampled. All these working papers will help us for the audit documentation purpose. Say I want to see what are all the related party transactions, enter. So all the related party transaction will be displayed here. For the purpose of reporting in my tax audit, I can use the benefit of this report. Same way, NMSLE transaction will be displayed here. Verification notes you can provide. So this is the option relating to how to do the auditing in Tally using the audit and analysis. Then again, we will go to the audit documentation part. Now here audit program already we have discussed. Then there is an audit report format which is available. Choice is yours. If you want, you can use this option, or you can use your normal Excel template or Word template. But if you want to use this option, you want to add any details or alter any details, again just enter. You can make the alteration, and if you want, you can select add. You can add additional point. All these options are available, but it's not so much good. But okay, for your reporting. This auditor's annexure cargo reporting is not that much great. If you feel that this is required, this report, you can take provide the details for your working paper purpose. Then your accounting standard applicability for your working paper, you can select which are all the accounting papers, accounting standard which is applicable for this company, and give your remarks. Take a printout, keep in your audit documentation to ensure that you are compiled with the accounting standard requirement. Same way, standard on auditing practice, your working paper can be generated from here. Now, whatever queries we have raised, you can find here. See here, you can see that what is verified, what is on hold. Now, already I have said that 3 types of queries there. One is the company related query, general query, that is the company note. Then ledger related query, that is master note, and voucher related query, that is the voucher note. So here again you have configuration. F12 you can select what do you want to, what type of query you want to view. I want to select all, and whether which queries you want to send to your client. Say I will select working notes only, or all item, sorry, working notes. So these working notes are displayed here. What is my query? So in F12 you have other options also. audit verify notes. So these are the verification notes. You can just export. If you want member wise, what is the query raised? You can see here. Your team wise, you want to see who has raised the query. You can again select this member wise. Since I have not categorized that based on the user ID and password, this member wise report can be generated. Then your other report, micro and small medium enterprise report, which are all the party, periodic payment ledger, party wise details, related party wise details, sampling methods, what you have adopted for the purpose of auditing, then external confirmations if you have received. So these are the options which is there, which is related to the auditing in Tally. And the last option in this is audit journal. Now, normally in audit journal, many of our clients, what they do, they don't pass the audit fees provision entry or the depreciation entry. You can pass this entry here. So what is the advantage of passing the entry here is whatever audit journal entries you are passing, that will be shown separately. It will not form part of your, it will be form part of your balance sheet, but for the purpose of classification and giving to your client, you can use this audit journal so that the confusion can be minimized. Who has passed the entry, whether you have passed the entry or the staff has passed the entry or the client has passed the entry. So this audit journal entry method can be adopted. So if I want to pass an audit journal, simple, I can see this option here, audit journal. Can you see this option here? Audit journal F7 and then select F7. If I want to audit depreciation entry, some 15,000 rupees on plant and machinery, enter. So this entry is passed by the our staff or for the purpose of auditing. I can take a printout and send the report. So these three things you can use for the purpose of audit. I will not suggest you to use this financial statement, that is not good. You can prepare your schedule 3 balance sheet from this, but my rating for this is very less. It is not so much effective, but these 3 parts you can use it for the purpose of audit. So this is the features which is available in audit, how to do the audit. Be careful here that which backup you are doing. If the backup is updated, then you will face a trouble that the previous backup audit, whatever queries you have raised, that will not be updated in the new backup. So what method I follow is, whenever I get the Tally backup, I ensure that whatever entries, even if the client wants to pass the entry, then he has to pass only in this Tally, so that my auditing records are intact with me. Or I use the client Tally backup, Tally live data using ERP. I connect the data and then I pass the entry. Now someone was asking about the what is the version of Tally I am using. This is the latest version, release 6.63. Even if it is 5 or 4 or 2 or 1 also, Tally audit features is available in all the versions. So any doubt we can take, or we can take in the last. Someone wants to ask a doubt, 1 or 2, sir. Please show how to display summary of all the queries to be exported. Okay. I'll just show you again how to query. So for the summary purpose, you go to audit and documentation. Sorry, don't go to audit and documentation and take the summary for client. I will give you a better method. Go to audit and analysis. Select verification of chart of accounts and then select this, enter again, press F12. So once you press F12, you will get this all items. Here you can select all item. You can select name of the group, because if you don't give the group number, it will be confusing even for the client that what is the grouping. So I always give the group name of the group and primary group, and select verification note as yes. And to the client, I will send only the on hold voucher. So I select on hold, name only. So by this, what I will do is Alt E, export, select no, then select Excel. I select this chart of accounts, enter, Control A. So now whatever my query is there, you can see here that this is the query from this party. This is the grouping. So if you want, you can remove this, whatever formatting you want, only those. So verification note. Sorry, this verification note is available here. So whatever verification note is there, I normally do some formatting here. What I do is I transfer the I transfer all these narrations to the separate column, so that it becomes more easier for the client to understand. Like I insert a column here, then what I do is I add a filter here. Then I select in this place, I select the blank. So what happens is once I select the blank, only the narrations come. Then I press Control plus Control C and then Control. Sorry, this Control C, Control. So this way I do some formatting and then send to my client so that it becomes more little presentable format. So you can do this because I'm not, it will take some time for do the setting, but you can remove unnecessary column and even select this, remove this group name and also do it. So this way you can send the verification note to your client. Any other doubts?
Sir, not till now, sir.
Okay, then we'll proceed and then in the last also we can check.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next thing what we are going to see is how to link your Excel data to the Tally in real-time basis to generate a report. So I'll go to this part. Right. So this is the Tally data and this is the Excel data. 1 minute. Okay. So first you open your Tally. Now what is that we are going to see now is how to link your Tally trial balance real-time basis to Excel. Now what is the advantage of this? Normally, how do we do the Tally, prepare the audited financial? Now the audit part is completed in Tally. What is the next step? We are going to prepare the financial statement. Now preparation of financial statement, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of time. When you give to your staff, you take this Tally, prepare the financial statement. He will take half day, he will take 1 day, sometimes he will take 2 days, and then he will take that, sir, everything is done, but 100 rupees difference is there, 200 rupees difference is there. Then suddenly you prepare everything and send it to your client. Client will tell you that, sir, I forgot this entry, this has to be changed, that has to be changed. Then again you will send the fresh Tally backup, again you update the Excel. So a lot of time is being wasted in updating the financial statement in Excel. So if one option is provided where my Tally is linked to the Excel sheet and I update the Excel sheet just by refreshing, that becomes more easier. So for this, what I have to do is first I need to open my Tally. Now in Tally, if you see, if you press F12, so open your Tally, certain configuration needs to be done. That is the ODBC configuration. You select F12. So in F12, you have to go to the advanced configuration. So this is advanced configuration. I select advanced configuration. Here you have to ensure that Tally is acting as both and then enable ODBC server. Yes, Control A. So only these three parts. Tally is acting as both, enable ODBC server and port. This thing should be both and yes, port automatically it will be created and Control A. So by this what will happen? Your ODBC feature will be activated in Tally. So only if ODBC feature is activated in Tally, you can do this linking of Tally to Excel. Now what I am doing is, I'll go to Excel and create a new file. Open a blank file. Now, one more thing I want to tell you that this PPT I'll share you. So this setup already I have mentioned in the PPT file. This PPT file I'll share with the branch. They will share it with you. Step-by-step method of how to creating this link, right? So if you see the data, the tally data is maintained in a database format. Database means already we have seen multiple database are there. Relational database are there. So some 200, 300 database are there internally in Tally. Now, in every database, there are multiple fields. Now, if you have already learned database, we see that in database, there is a field name, ledger name, closing balance, opening balance, address. So, in every database, there are almost close to more than 100 fields. So, there are hundreds of database and then hundreds of field. Now, for the purpose of linking Tally to Excel, we need only 4 fields from all the hundreds of database and field. One is the ledger name, second is the ledger group, third is the ledger parent group, and fourth is the closing balance. These are the 4 details which we require. We have to extract from this Tally database. That is what we are going to show you how to do this, right? So 4 things required: one ledger name, one primary group, parent group, and the closing balance. So first step already I have explained you that you have to go to F12, advanced configuration, enable Tally as both. And then there is one issue which you will face while doing this Tally ODBC connectivity. There is one issue which you will face. What is that issue? Is your system will be 64-bit and your Tally will be 32-bit. Now, how to find out whether your system is 64-bit or 32-bit? You go to your Explorer. In the Explorer, you will find your PC, this PC, and then right-click and properties. So here you can find that my is 64-bit operating system, right? Can you see this? 64-bit operating system. So my system is 64-bit operating system, and your Excel will be either 32-bit or 64-bit. So if your Excel is 32-bit and your system is 64-bit, there is incompatibility. Your Excel is 32-bit, system is 64-bit. Nowadays, all the latest computers are only 64-bit. If your Excel is 32-bit and your system is 64-bit, there will be incompatibility. So how to find out what is the version of my Excel, whether it is 32-bit or 62-bit? For this, I have to select file. In the file, I have to select account. Once you go to account, you will find this about Excel. So about Excel, and here you can find that my Excel is 32-bit, but my system is 64-bit. So how to make this compatible? So to make this compatible, very simple, don't need to worry. You can just right click on Tally, select properties, and then select open file location. All these I have mentioned in the PPT. So once you select open file location, you will find one file called as 32. 1 minute. Right click, properties, open file location. You can file this file REGODBC32. Just double click on that. If there is an incompatibility, your Excel is 32-bit, your system is 64-bit, then you have to double click this file. Tally is providing this file along with the Tally package itself. Automatically your ODBC will be linked, right? So once you link it, all your errors will be rectified. So now we have done the compatibly work. Now what is the next step? Next step is linking Tally with Excel. So first you open your Tally, check which company you are working and which financial year you want to link the data. That company should be open and that data should be, that year should be linked. So here it is 17-18. So what I am going to do, I am going to open Excel. So Excel is already open here. Okay, new sheet. Then this is my Office 365 original version which I am using. If you are using a version of Office 2010 or 2013 or 2017, similar types of options are available. No need to worry. But if it is older than 2010, then this may not work, so just check it. So Office 2010 and later version, this is option is available. You have to go to this data screen. In data, you will find get data. But if you are using the older version, if you are not using Microsoft Office 365, here you will find query. From the query also you can select. So in query you have to select from other sources and then you have to select Microsoft query. Just a second. So go to data, then select get data and then select from other sources and then you have to select Microsoft query. So once you select Microsoft query, you can see here Tally ODBC 9000. So this Tally ODBC 9000 is going to create a link between your Excel and Tally, provided Excel and Tally both it should be open. So I'll select OK. Now already I have said that hundreds of database are there. You can see bank ledger voucher database, category analysis database. So many database are there in this Tally. If you click on this plus, you will find so many fields. From these fields, you are going to select 4 items. So selecting this 4 item is like finding a needle in a hay of grass, right? So I'll give you simple tips like how to select these files. In the PPT also I have mentioned. Now what is the 4 data which we require is, one is the ledger name, second is the primary group, third is the parent group, and fourth is the closing balance. So first you have to type L 4 times. L, I am typing L, the alphabet L in your keyboard 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once I type L 4 times, you can see this ledger database has come. I will select press. So once I select press, now we are going to select the field. First field what is required is ledger name. Now any field name in Tally will start with dollar. So I'm going to select dollar. And what is the ledger name? So dollar NAME. So I'm selecting dollar N. Okay, shift dollar N. So I select shift dollar N, what happens? This has directly gone to name. I just need to double click this. Now this name is selected. Next is the parent which we are going to select. Now parent, if I select dollar and P, it will not get selected. So you have to press dollar and U. Shift dollar U, and below this shift dollar U, you will find parent. So again select double. This is the parent group. Then next is the primary group. Now if you see primary group, again the primary group name will start from dollar underscore primary group. So I'll select dollar underscore P. So this is our primary group, double click. And the last thing is the closing balance. So again dollar underscore closing balance. So dollar underscore C, simultaneously I'm going to type dollar underscore C. 1 minute. Yeah, dollar underscore C. So this data is now required for the purpose of trial balance. What is the ledger name? what is the parent, what is the primary group, and what is the closing balance, and select next, 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 finish. So now what is happening? Your database is getting linked to Tally. I select OK. Now what has happened? So here if you see, this data is linked, right? Linked to Tally. Now there is one problem, since there is some error in my system. I am using the online server which I am having. If you use this option in online server, there will be a problem because multiple people are using the Tally file. So some other Tally, it is getting connected here, but in your, if it's an individual system, there is not an issue. So since here you can see that this company I have selected, some other of my staff is using some Tally file, it is getting connected, but end of the day the result will be same. Now by this what happens is, if you pass any entry in Tally, and once you pass any entry in Tally and select refresh, what will happen is your Tally data will get updated to this Excel file. You don't need to copy and export the data. So now this link is created from Tally to Excel. So any update you make from Tally, it is getting linked to Excel. So be careful whenever you are selecting this refresh, which company is open, that company should be opened in Tally. Otherwise the data gets jumbled. So you have to be very, very careful, right? So this way you can create a link from Tally to Excel. I'll just show you the PPT file for you to once again explain you that what is the procedure to be followed. First you need to activate the advanced configuration. Next you need to check the properties, whether it is 32-bit or 64-bit, and then click on the REG ODBC 32 to match the database. Then we are going to select the Microsoft query. From Microsoft query, we are going to select the Tally ODBC, and then we are going to select the 4 ledgers. First we are going to select which database. From that database, what is the ledger we are required. So first in this PPT I have clearly mentioned, type L 4 times, so you will get ledger, enter, and then plus, then you have to come down and type $N, name will come, double click, it will go for the selection. $_P, this primary group, again double click, it will go to the selection. $parent, double click, it will go to the parent, and then $closing balance, it will get selected. So all these, once you select, what is happening is your data is linked from Tally to Excel, and whatever entry you have updated in Tally, this gets updated only just by refreshing the data. So this is the way to link Tally to Excel on a real-time basis. Now, sir, this data I have got, sir. How to prepare financial statements from this? Now, normally what we do, we export the trial balance to Excel, and then we give the link of the Excel to the financial statement. Now, I will suggest you one method where you can simplify the data, what you have got from the Tally. Now, if you see this, analyze this ledgers, whatever is linked, you can see that ledger closing balance is 0. Now, there is certain database modification, that is cleaning activity I need to do in this trial balance. So how can I do this cleaning? For this, you can use the Power Query. Now, those who are using Power Query, they might know what is the benefit and advantages of using Power Query. Now, normally what I will do, if I want to filter the data, I will select this, and then I will unselect this. Then I will select I will select all, and then blank I will remove, and then 0. So what is this step? This is one step which I did. I selected a filter, and then I unselected 0 and blank. By this method has come. Then what I am doing, I am arranging this in a ascending order. So this is the second step. Now, if I update the data, what will happen? Same manner, this report will be again created. So again, I have to filter it. Then again, I have to do the ascending order. So these kind of steps you can create in a Power Query. Now, Power Query is a wonderful tool of Excel, which will help you simplify a lot of your jobs which you are doing like this. And next time when you update the data, automatically these jobs will be done by just refreshing the data. I'll just show you how to create one simple basic Power Query. Now, Power Query can be generated from the table. Now, this is a table. Any trial balance, you can generate it to table, go to data, and then select from table. So this is Power Query from table. So what happens? Same data is getting imported here. Now earlier we have done some working. Now here if you see what is the source has come. If you want, you can remove this change type. It doesn't have that much importance. So if you want, you can keep it, but normally I would suggest to remove it. What is the next step we did? We have done the remove the closing balance. So you can see that I have unselected this null, and then what I do? I have done this one 0 and then OK. Now what did I do? Next step, I am rearranging this to sort ascending order. Right. So now I have done certain steps. You see, the first step I have filtered is recorded here. Second step recorded, sorted is recorded here. Now next time when you refresh the data, you want the same process to be done. You need to just refresh it. Now this two steps, basic level, I will so select close and load. Again close and load to. I will select a new table. Okay. So you can see this is Tally OD BC TB, and this is the trial balance. That is after doing the steps of filtering, sorting, automatically this is created. So next time what I have to do, I have to update the data and select refresh. What will happen is, you can see here, what is this method? Again, refresh method 0 has come, up and down has come. We have done the filtering, everything has been changed. Now here, if you see, same process is automatically done. You just need to select this data and refresh. That process is automatically updated without you manually doing this step. Now I will share you one Excel file which I have prepared using the Power Query to generate a draft financial. See, what happens is when I link my tally data to Excel, I want to be sure that whatever the data is linked, it is correct. So for this, I have prepared one Power Query. Now see, this is the data. What I am doing is, I'll select, this is another company. This is our working file which we have done. This is one pivot table which tally data which I have created for my office purpose to do the preparation work. So Alt, I'll go to data. My tally is open, so I am selecting refresh. So before refresh all, what is this data? This is the tally link. This is the tally connection. This is the trial balance which I have done the filtering and then done the classification of balance sheet, asset, liability. I have done the classification. Then I have prepared one draft financial to ensure that whatever data linking is done, that link is correctly matching or not. So here my difference between asset and liability is 0. My P&L is correct. So based on that, I can find out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refresh my data. So I'm select refresh all. So here some other company data is there. I'm mixing, updating with this current data. Okay, there is some connectivity problem. I don't know, from morning some issue is being going on in my system. So once I refresh, what will happen is this data is going to get activated. Automatically, this will update the trial balance, and then automatically this will update the financial statement. How this is happening is based on the Power Query. So I select get data. Again, I'll show you what is the query I have created to generate this classification. Whatever ledgers is there, I have created the classification. So first is the trial balance. This trial balance I have linked from Tally data. This is the source. Then next step, I already said that change type is not required. Okay. Then what I did is I filtered the row. What did I filter? If I want to see the setting, I have removed the 0 and null column. Right, null and 0 I have removed. Then I have added some additional column. Right, to find out what is the balance sheet, and that is, if you see this, based on the, if profit and loss account is there, some changes I have made. Then filtering again I have done, and finally I have reordered this column in this manner. Then again I have taken this data, prepared this summary, that is based on the grouping. If you see this primary group, based on the primary group, again I have used the Power Query to use certain steps. This is my first data. Then I have done certain steps and finalized to ensure that I get this report, what is classified as balance sheet, P&L item, balance sheet item, asset item, liability item. Then I merge this file and this file. I merge it. Then I generate one report, that is the summarized trial balance. This summarized trial balance, what happens is, this is getting linked to my pivot table. This is getting linked to my pivot table, and automatically this pivot table is also updated. So this way you can use the Power Query to manage your regular work effectively. So by this you can save a lot of time and energy. So with this two part we have completed. One is the Tally audit part, and then the linking of the GST and the, sorry, linking of the Tally and Excel part we have seen. Now next part we will see Power Query we have seen. Next part I'll just show you certain tips in tricks in Excel when you do the auditing. Some query someone has asked, I think.
Queries we have received.
Yeah, one. Will real-time updation of ODBC? Yes, real-time updation of ODBC will work in single PC mode. Since there is some system error, I don't know, from the morning, some issues I am facing with the ODBC. Otherwise, in a single system, you don't have any problem. But if you are having your data in an online server, this will create a problem. If an independent system is there, no issues is there. Directly, you can link the Tally with your Excel. If Tally is client server, will real-time update. Sir, Tally client server, normally it will be a client server, or you need to just make the changes. Now, multi-user version also, you can make the changes. You can just select F12. See, in multi-user version, there is one server and then one client, correct? I think you are talking about the client, that is in the multi-user version. This will work. You just need to go to F12. And in the client system also, just select advanced configuration and then ensure that this is both. Automatically it will work. You will not find any problem. Now, sometimes some systems I have found that some technical error is creeping out. That is because of your Windows, not because of your Tally and Excel. Now, how I have sorted out such issue is that using the YouTube, I go to YouTube, type the error, and I get the reply, some what they say, solution for this, right? So this way you can link it. So now next is I am going to show you some very small tips and tricks in Excel. Some of you might be using these tips and tricks, but some of you may or may not know. I have found that while auditing, while preparing the statements, while preparing any financial statement, either our client is preparing the statement or our staff is preparing the statement and bringing in front of you. How to find in Excel whether he has given the link correctly or not, whether he has added some data in between. Normally what happens is we tell them that you take or export the Excel file or link the tally to Excel. From there you have to give the link. Sometimes our staff are so smart, or our clients are so smart, they get a difference of 1,000 rupees. What they will do, they will go somewhere and add this 1,000 rupees in the formula. Like you can see this here. Can you see this? Can you see this in the formula bar? That such kind of addition will be there. So within how with one stroke I can find this kind of issues. For this you can go to the formula bar. In the formula bar, whenever you open any Excel file where you know that linking has been done from different sources. One is trace precedent and trace dependence option is there to find out from where the link has come. So if I select this option, I will know that from where the link has come. This many of you know that I am not going to cover. Two other part I am going to cover. One is show formula and evaluate formula. Now once you click on show formula, what happens? Wherever in your sheet formula is there, that will be displayed. By looking at this, you can find out what are the adjustment which is done by your client or which is done by your staff to tally the data. So here you see manually 2,50,000 is added. So somewhere else if you go and find in some other data, if some addition is there, you can ask why this manually it is done. Why you have done manually? Show formula. So here also you can see how the value is appearing. Again you click the show formula, it will show you the value. So this way you can find out manual values, what is added in your financial statement. This is one. Second thing is when you show formula, sometimes you get data from multiple sources. Now here you see he has added some 43 lakhs manually. So you can ask why 43 lakhs is added manually. Certain places you will find that the data is coming from multiple sources. Like say, okay, this part. Now here if you see, you have data from this link number J129, J84 and J85. Now I want to find out what is the value which is there in this J129. What is the value which is there in J84? What is the value which is there in J85? One method of that is trace precedence. Right? But again, that will go to only one link. So instead of using trace precedence, what you can do is you can use evaluate formula. That is one option which is available. You select evaluate formula. Now there are three values which is appearing. The total of the three value, I want to see individual value what it is. So once I select evaluate formula, you can see here for evaluate formula, you have to go to formulas and then you have to go to evaluate formula. So these are the place you have to click. Then you select evaluate. So now you will know that the first link value is 7,34,000. Then again evaluate. Second link value is 6,52,407. Again evaluate. The total of first two is 1,13,83,000. Again evaluate. Third value is 30 lakh. So by this what happens is sometimes sometimes these can be very tricky. Initially when I did not know this, I used to waste my time selecting one option and then some certain times I get confused where this value is coming, what is the value. So this way you can use this show formula and evaluate formula for the purpose of finding out what is the mistake or what is to catch the errors easily in your financial statements in Excel, which is prepared by your client, staff or your client. Another option which you can use is while preparing the financial statement, we prepare the balance sheet, then we prepare the schedule. Now, while preparing the schedule, sometimes we have a doubt that whether the balance sheet is tallied or not. Now, here if you see the balance sheet, there it is a formula. If you press F2, so F2, there is a formula F27 minus F9. That means this value minus this value should be 0. If it is 0, no value will appear. So I want to have a watch that if I change anything, what will be the impact in my difference in balance sheet. So I want to keep a watch so that accordingly 3-4 changes I make. I remove one item from one place, add one item from one place, remove another item, add one item. Impact should be 0. Right? But every time what we do page down, then again page up, and then waste our time. So for that, what you can do is you can use watch window. That again, option watch window is available in the formula screen in all the Excel version. It is available. You can select this watch window. So click on this watch window. Now in this watch window, which cell I want to watch, I can select. So I select add a watch and then select this part. Okay. So it will show me that this is the watch that is from this file, this sheet, and the cell is F28 and what is the value. I also want to add a watch on my profitability. So this is the profit and loss account. So I want to keep a watch. What will be the impact of profit? I select add. Right now I go to the schedule. Now in schedule, what I'm doing is, say for example, the security or transport expenses, I'm increasing to 1,50,000 rupees. So transport expenses 1,50,000. Now here you can see the value is 6,54,000 and here it is 0. So here 1,50,000 enter. So once I press enter, you see what is the difference in balance sheet? 1,26,075. What is the profitability status? 5,51,000. So this way what happens is, certain times our work time can be saved. Instead of going page up, page down multiple times, we can view the data here itself. So this is one thing which I wanted to share with you in the financial statements. Now this is one part. Next part is I want to share you with the one utility which is available in the market. This utility, this is not the only one company. The utility which I am using is blackhorseexcellence.com. There are certain free download utility are also available. If you want, you can use the trial version, see whether if it is comfortable, you can use it. And then prepare your financial statement. Now, what is this utility? Now, already I have explained you that your tally data can be linked to your Excel data, correct? And real-time basis, the data is updated. Now, if one utility is available in a market, which will automatically prepare the financial statement from by linking the tally data, how much time it will save you? If you give to your staff one financial statement, you will take 4 hours, 5 hours, and then you will say balance sheet is not matching. So there is utility available, that is Black Horse. There are many other companies available. Choice is yours. Whatever you feel comfortable, you can buy. Neither nowhere I am related to this person. Again, this is being prepared by a chartered accountant. Some few thousand rupees are there. Some 4 or 5 exactly don't remember this. Some 6 months back I have purchased. So few thousand rupees you spend, you get this utility. Now, what is the advantage of this utility is your financial statement can be prepared easily. So I'll select balance sheet automation tool and one demo file which is available there. So this is the utility which is downloaded from the free utility for the demo purpose. So you can provide your auditor details, you can provide the client details, what is the type of the firm, whether it is an individual, HUF, then what are the type of reports you want. Then you go to trial balance. Now in trial balance, what happens is you open your tally data. Once you open your tally data and you select import from tally. Okay. Okay, I said already some error problem is there. I don't know from mornings what is the issue going on in my system. No problem. So once you do this, what happens is, once you select trial balance, as we have seen earlier, how your tally data is linked to Excel, this way your tally data is linked. Now, here if you see, these are all the ledgers which has been linked to Excel from tally. And then what is the grouping? Based on the tally grouping, these things have been done. You have to do manually certain grouping for the purpose of creating the final balance sheet, because certain grouping we want ourselves to control, that can also be done. Once you link it, do the regrouping, you go to balance sheet, your balance sheet is automatically prepared. There are various themes available here. So theme 2 applied, and again theme 3 applied. So different types of themes are available based on your applicability. This financial statement will change. Same way, P&L account, automatically it will be created. Values will be taken from there based on the grouping. So only one thing what you need to focus is whatever your tally data is there, that should be correct and grouping should be done correctly. And again, certain regrouping you need to do in this trial balance after linking it, and automatically this balance sheet will be prepared with all your name, all those data which is tallied. Then your P&L will be prepared. Only certain adjustment you need to make for your inventory values and your P&L values. Otherwise, all the data will be linked. Again, this is vertical balance P&L. This is horizontal P&L format which is available. Both the options is providing. Whatever is for you, you can take. One more option for you is if you want the previous year balance to be there, you open the previous year tally data, import the data, and then shift this import data to move the current year data to previous year. Automatically previous year data will be displayed. Next to this, again open the current year data, import the data, current year data will be displayed. Both the comparison can be done, right? You can see here 2-year data is comparison is done. Then again automatically you just prepare schedules. These schedules are created automatically. All the formatting, page setup based on the grouping what you have done, this is done by the utility itself. Fixed asset schedule you need to prepare. Capital account you need to prepare. Only certain limitations are there which is there. So fixed asset schedule. Now another new thing which your notes to accounts has been prepared. Another advantage of this is, now when you prepare an audit report, from the audit report we prepare balance sheet and P&L. For the purpose of filing the income tax return, certain data from your balance sheet and P&L is updated in your return, IT returns. The balance sheet and P&L data is updated in your IT returns. In this, I have seen that your staff sometimes do mistake. The value will be correct in the balance sheet which you have prepared. While updating in the income tax portal, they may make a mistake. Now this latest version, what they have done is, they have given the link for this ITR also. So ITR balance sheet link also they have provided. Even the ITR trading account link also they have provided. So only one thing what you need to do is these groupings, wherever it is in red, here it is not in red, you need to update these groupings. Accordingly, what it will do is it will prepare the ITR balance sheet and the trading and profit and loss account for the ITR. Now, along with this, he is giving an option in the new version where you can export this to an XML file. If you are using a Winman or if you are using a Computax, this utility will create an XML file. You can just export, import to your Computax or Winman. Automatically in your Computax or Winman, the ITR part of balance sheet and P&L is filled. So these types of utilities are available in market. If you use it, you can save a lot of time. It will help you because today we are facing a challenge, one of time. Second, staff are not coming to office regularly. Accessibility has become little tough. So these utilities can be used for the purpose of simplifying your audit work. So this is regarding the utility, the black cost utility or any other utility which you can use. Then some mini utilities I want to show you. This is not part of your audit, but sometimes while doing the audit on the screen, we find some data which we want to capture, and then we want to capture and keep it for the audit purpose. So normally print screen option we do, there are certain restrictions. So there are two utility, light shot and download zoom it. So download zoom it, you can see this, I have zoomed it. So this is one utility. If you are discussing with your client in an online meeting, you want to zoom and show some data, you can use this utility. Or if you want to copy some data on screen, I have installed download this light shot. What happens with this light shot is I select this light shot and then I select this area. What happens? Whatever is in the screen, so this is selected. I can save it or copy it, open a Word, and then I can just paste it. So data is pasted. So this way I can use this small utility which can save a lot of time. This is one Zoom live shot, and then Zoom download. Even the red color thing, while I was discussing with you, I have shown this red color box. This is used using this download Zoom. So these are the certain utilities which you can use for the purpose of preparing your financial statements in Tally or Excel using the Power Query and link to your real-time basis and certain templates. Any doubts you can ask. You can, even if you want, you can unmute your mic and ask the questions, or you can type in the chat box. I will be happy to give the reply.
Yes, sir. Audio control has been released. Any member wants to interact with the speaker directly, you can unmute yourself. Sir, you can stop sharing your screen, sir, so that you can view all the members also.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So we'll wait for some 2 minutes, whether we'll see any queries. Okay, sir, we have not received any queries. I think the queries has been received during the progress of the meeting itself.
Yeah.
One second, sir. Yes, one member has raised the query. You can see it in the chat box, sir.
Yeah. Power Query, many of them are using, still using Office Excel 2007. Power Query, I will tell you, lot of my work has been simplified using Power Query. Even the GSTR 9 and 2A reconciliation, I do it using Power Query. Within seconds, I can, with 5 to 10 minutes, I just need to copy the data and paste, that's it, from the 2A, and then from the Tally database, that's it. Automatically all the processing is done, and then I get a report that what is the data, that is a report as per what they say, which is matched, which is not matched, which is in 2A, not in books, which is in books, not in 2A, which is excess in 2A. So all kind of report I automated using the Power Query. So those who want, they have to spend some time. I have also recently only learned about the Power Query, and I'm regretting that why so many days I have not learned Power Query. And nowadays I'm using Power Query to the full extent and saving a lot of time.
Okay, sir. Any more queries? I think it is by mistake, sir. Okay, sir. We shall close the session since we have not received any.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Madurai branch, for giving me this opportunity. Technology is one thing which we have to update it regularly. What I am telling today, I don't guarantee that tomorrow it will be there or not. But especially with regard to accounting, one thing I would like to share is that in future, accounting entry will be passed. Accounting entry will not be done. Maximum you will pass only a petty cash entry or cash book entry. Everything will be automated. Only you pass the sales entry, what will happen? Your sales entry is updated. You file the return because new GST returns have not come where real-time basis you can update the invoice. There are software which will automatically pick the data from your GST portal and then pass the purchase entry. So your purchase entry work has been stopped. Now bank entries, if you go to QuickBook, if you go to Zoho Books, what they do, you link your bank account automatically based on your the ledgers, they pass the bank entry. Whichever entries they have a doubt, they show it as a pending. And then when you give an answer for that suspense account, automatically using artificial intelligence, next time they pass the entry. So your bank entry is automatically updated, your purchase entry is automatically updated, your sales only you are going to pass, and then few journal entries, cash and bank entries. So this accounting entry work, maybe in the next 5 or 10 entries, we can see a sea change. So request all the members to take some time and ensure that you get updated with the technology. If you are still using Microsoft Office 2005 or 2003 or 2007, the Excel or Word, please pass some time, update it to the newer version. Lot of advantage is there, lot of time saving is there. Only one thing, we have to come out our old system, adopt the new system, take some time, learn. I have learned Power Query only from YouTube. Whenever I have doubt, I go to YouTube, type the search, and then I get the reply accordingly. This way I prepared the reports and learned Power Query. I did not go anywhere. So we have a lot of database available today. So thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, sir. As one member requested, we'll have a separate session on Power Query. So this session recording will be shared to all of you so that you can recollect all the points and will be helpful for you.
And I'll send the PPT also, madam.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We'll be circulating to our members. Now I request Venkatachalam, sir, our immediate past chairman, to propose vote of thanks.
Good evening, members. On behalf of Madurai branch, I thank Vinod Kothari for enlightening our members and also giving the tips how to use Excel. And I also thank all the members for taking part and making this a wonderful evening. Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all.